Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a new video here on the Patreon. And today I'll be showing you how to create mist passes and add virtual depth of field in post. And yeah, so currently we have no depth of field at all. That's because I'll show you here. So if I would enable depth of field, you can see that it will just look like one big blur of nothing, and that's not actually how it's supposed to look. There should actually be like individual bokeh balls, and yeah, and to actually achieve that, you have to render at like 2000 samples to get clear bokeh stuff, and that would take years and ages, and that's not very good. So I'll show you how to do it in a way better way. Yeah, okay. So I'll just turn off depth of field and let's go in here. So what you want to make sure that you are rendering in a open EXR multi-layer. So once you have selected that, you shouldn't be able, you should not render in PNG or JPEG, because then this won't work. Anyways, here in the compositing, this is how it should be looking. Yeah, let's do a quick little render here. Render image, and I'll actually enable my 3080 RTX so it will render a little bit faster. So yeah, this should go pretty darn fast actually, but like in the beginning they're like calculating everything. Yeah, great. So let's save this image as let's go in here, and I'll save this as test image. So once you've done that, let's head into After Effects. So here I'll just click new composition from footage, and I'll go into the Tesla scene here, and let's open up this little bad boy. So this should pop up, and you should just be able to click OK here, and let's see. So if we just bring this right in here and to this little box, you should see that nothing really happens. It's just black. So to actually make this visible, you have to go in here and search for extract ore, and here you can actually choose all of your different layers. So you can choose the combined, and you can choose like your depth pass and mist pass, which we will be using. Also, if you don't have mist pass enabled by default, you can enable it here. Anyways, we want the composite, but you can see that it will look pretty bad, and that's because this one has a lot of information in it, and we need to actually go in here and change this to 32-bit. But you should see that nothing really happens, and that's because you have to do some other stuff. And I have this plugin that you can download. I'll link a tutorial on how to do this that I'm doing right now. Anyways, you're gonna do your basic color management stuff, and let's see here. Basically what I'm doing is I'm taking the Blender Filmic color management and applying it to our footage. So now you should see, I can't talk. Anyways, you can see that this looks a lot better, and yeah, once that is done, we can I'll just go in here and change the composition. Okay, I can definitely not talk, as you can hear, so I don't really know how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, okay, I'll just try to fight it. Anyways, I'll just add my basic color correction here real quick, add some film convert, and let's see, should probably be a little more green. I can bring that up. Yeah, let's bring down the strength of the grain. Do some contrast stuff here, and you know, your basic grade. And once you have that, I'll just add some oh my god, can this work? Yeah, okay. I'll also add a LUT to this, and I'm gonna use cinematic teal and orange. And let's actually add that separately so we can adjust the strength. Okay. Now I'll just bring this down to maybe 50%. To 25. Yeah, great. 35. Anyways, this was not the tutorial. I just wanted to have a little bit of color grading in there. So currently this looks pretty bad, to be honest. That's because we have no depth of field. So to fix this, I will just rename this to footage. I'll copy it and rename this to C depth. And let's hide this right here. So here you can actually go into the extractor and select your mist pass. Yeah, just like that. And now what we can actually do is we can apply our depth of field of choice, and I'm gonna use the Frischluft FL depth of field because I think this plugin is the best. And here in the depth layer you can actually choose your C depth. So let's see. You should see that nothing is happening. So if I just set this to 10 or something, some stuff is happening, but you know, it's not really it's blurring out everything. So with this little guy I can actually select what I want to have in focus. So I want the tire to be in focus, and here you can actually just bring this up. Oh, is something wrong maybe? Yeah, probably. Okay, so let's check. That's weird. Let's check the depth buffer. So it's all black. Oh, I know what. Okay, I know. So actually, because these we added, because everything is black before you add these effects, it will just show up as black. So you have to actually pre-compose them and move every attribute in there. So I'm just calling the C, and now this should be working. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna move this over right here. And obviously it's a little too much. I'll bring this down to 10 again. And now you can see these Pokeballs are a lot better, but you can actually go into the iris here. And here we have the iris settings, and you can actually bring down the brightness to something like 0.5 maybe. Let's do 0.4. And you can actually set the border thickness to something like really thin, like 0.005. Yeah, and let's also make this anamorphic, because that's always cool. And now we can see these really cool bokeh balls here with the same amount of render time as a normal render. So yeah, you can obviously go here and adjust all the settings. And yeah, if you have a an image sequence, like obviously my English is not working today, but yeah. Anyways, if you have your image sequence, yeah, you can just apply the same stuff and it will work. Yeah, that's for depth of field. And if you want to use the default camera lens blur, it's not really the best option, but it gets the job done. Make sure you bring the diffraction fringe up to 500, and that will make them a little cooler. You can actually bring the aspect ratio to 2 and set this to 90 degrees, and that will, you know, you also repeat edge pixels. Important. So here you'll just select your sea depth, and yeah, that's sort of the same effect, but not as good as the other one, because sometimes you can get like weird edges with this plugin. Anyway, let's do some mists. So for mist, I actually just do this and set this to screen, and that usually just works. So it will key out everything that's dark, and you can bring down the opacity. You can even tint it to have whatever color you like. Yeah, and that's pretty good, like for night scenes. And you can also bring up the brightness if you want more fog, and yeah, it'll foggy everything up. Bring down the contrast, duplicate it a bunch. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. And yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.